the Eno Crime Club. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we bring you the second episode of the .32 caliber Kiss, featuring Spencer Dean Manhunter. And now, members of the Eno Crime Club, you're invited to accompany Spencer Dean, the Manhunter, in the concluding episode of the .32 caliber Kiss. Did you solve the murder of Bruce Cartwright? If you did, follow Spencer Dean as he unravels the second half of this mystery thriller by Stuart Sterling to see if you were right. Even if you didn't hear last night's episode, you can still obtain all the essential clues to the mystery by listening to tonight's exciting drama. We pick up the trail this evening at the famous Mountain Sporting Club at Lake Placid. A blustering wind rages at the windows of the suite shared by the Manhunter and his partner, Dan Cassidy.
Wow. Listen to that wind. It's going to be a tough night outside, Spence.
It sounds like it, Danny. It'll be even tougher inside.
Hey, have you got a lead to this killer?
More than a lead, Danny. How was the patient when you left her?
Eunice? Oh, she's all right. Those 2 bullets just picked her in the shoulder. Hurt plenty, but nothing serious. She's sleeping. The doctor gave her a bromide.
You told the nurse to be on her guard?
Don't worry about that nurse. Say she's so scared that she'd go right through the window if anyone hollered boo.
Oh, then she's heard that Eunice was shot by someone outside the window, eh?
Yeah. Eunice told her all about it. So naturally, the nurse is afraid someone will wing her by mistake. As far as I'm concerned, everything connected with this case is a mistake.
Deadly mistakes, yes.
Even the shooting of Eunice, after Cartwright was killed, that was as cuckoo as the rest of it.
I'm not so sure of that, Danny. When you knew Eunice was shot, the case started to clear up a bit.
Well, I don't get it, Spence. Here's 2 couples come up to Lake Placid to celebrate Miss Eunice Renfrew's coming marriage to Bruce Cartwright. And 2 days before the wedding, he's bumped off.
A curiously inappropriate time.
Time and place. Both curious. Did you ever hear of anyone being murdered while he was driving a bobsled 70 miles an hour?
No, Danny, it was extraordinary. Don't forget, there's an extraordinarily keen mind behind all these shootings.
Yeah, but there were no footprints on either side of the bobsled chute. And the autopsy showed that Cartwright had only been dead a few minutes. He was alive at the time that bobsled was 100 yards above us. Now, that proves
that one of the 3 on the bobsled was the murderer. Yes, there's no doubt of that.
Well, of the 3, Miss Eunice, her sister Harriet, and this guy Moise, I think it's pretty obvious.
Guesswork or headwork, Danny? Which is it now?
Well, I don't see much chance for headwork here.
No?
No. Harriet skipped out. Would she do that unless she was guilty?
What about a motive, Danny?
Well, maybe jealousy. Maybe money. Perhaps she didn't want anyone to influence her sister Eunice's share of the Renfrew estate.
That's pretty far-fetched, Danny. Furthermore, if Harriet had any reason to kill Cartwright, why would she want to shoot her own sister?
Well? Oh, I can't figure that out. Well, if it wasn't Harriet, it's a cinch it couldn't be Eunice. Whoever killed Cartwright shot Eunice afterwards. Those .32 caliber bullets prove that.
You know, I've an idea that when a ballistic expert goes to work on those bullets, he'll discover something even more important than that.
What do you mean about that gun? Well, that's all clear enough. Moise had an automatic. He kept it in his suitcase. He said it was there.
Yes. All very simple. When Sheriff Hook searched his room, the gun was missing. It hasn't been located since. There's no proof the bullets came from that gun. Merely supposition. Oh, yes, Daniel. True enough.
Well, maybe Harriet pinched the gun from Moise's suitcase.
Maybe.
Maybe he even loaned it to her.
Maybe.
Or maybe...
Too many maybes, all pointing to Moise.
Well, he sure had a motive. He used to play around with Eunice, and then she gave him the air and became engaged to Cartwright.
Well, that's conceivable. He might have been sore about that.
And they quarreled, too. He told us about that. Oh, but there's something that cuts Moise right out of the picture as the killer.
What's that?
Oh, their positions on that bobsled.
Yes. Now, let's see. The murdered man steering, Ben Eunice, his fiancée, Then Harriet, her sister. And last, Jean Morris as brakeman.
Right. Now, will you tell me how Moise could have reached around and shot that guy Cartwright with those two girls in between? One of the girls would certainly have seen him do it.
Yes, I heard the shot, possibly.
Oh, well, that's easy. He used a silencer on his automatic.
Yes, and there's something peculiar about that.
I'll say there is.
What occurs to you?
Well, simply this, Spence. If Moise shot Cartwright, then someone else plugged Eunice. They must have. Because one of the sheriff's boys was with Moise at the telephone when Eunice was shot.
Yes, I've thought of that.
And also, Eunice says she saw the person that shot her. She admits it was a woman. But naturally, she doesn't want to incriminate her sister, so she says she couldn't identify her.
Yet she saw the gun clearly.
Sure, and she says it was an automatic with a silencer.
Yes, that's the odd part of it.
Down on the floor. Go back. Somebody took a shot at us. Wait. I'll put the light on. That's better.
Yeah, somebody was trying to put our lights out, all right. Come on.
I'm right with you, boy. You better have your gun ready.
What was that breaking glare?
Well, someone tried to put Cassidy and me out of the picture.
Deputy?
And there's somebody over there by the grove.
Hey, that's right. There's somebody moving in the shadows of those trees. Come on, Spence. Let's go get him.
Steady. Out in the open. Bright moonlight.
What of it?
Whoever tried to put us out of the way will be in the shadows.
Yeah, that's right. He might try to putt us. But, hey, we can't let him get away with
I
this.
don't think the killer will get away so easily.
Look. Look. There he goes. Over there. He's gone around the corner of that shed. I'll go around this side, and you take the other.
Careful now. Don't expose yourself, Danny.
You better give up. We've got you cornered. You can't get away. Drop your gun. Well, can you beat that? He didn't stick close to the shed at all. Look, there he is. After him, Dan. Well, I'll try to wing him. You missed him.
He's in the grove somewhere.
Well, let's go in after him.
Don't shoot again unless you have to.
Well, I'm not going to let him get away again.
Hey there, you. Stop. Stop. We can see you now. Better drop it.
See me? I should hope to thunder you could. Is that you shooting at me?
Shut up. What are you doing in that grove?
What was I doing? Ducking bullets and trying to locate you.
Yeah? Well, somebody took a shot at us back there in the clubhouse. We chased them out here.
Someone took a shot at you? I didn't hear anything except the shooting a minute ago when you missed me.
The killer used a silencer.
Yeah, the same one that killed Cartwright, I tell it.
Sure. Say, you know, it's a good thing you spoke up just then. I might have plugged you.
Ah, you nearly did, Mr. Cassidy. Well, there's no chance of finding anyone in here.
Yes, I think you're right.
Say, I almost forgot why I was looking for you. All this shooting going on.
Now, what's on your mind, Sheriff? Did you find Harriet?
No, we ain't found Harriet, but we did find this.
A letter?
Well, it's more than a letter. It's, well, here, you better read it, Mr. Dean. I tell it was meant for you.
Hey, Danny, flash your light over here, will you?
Right.
Addressed to the manhunter from the Mountain Sporting Club, Lake Placid. Where did you find this, Sheriff?
Well, now, that's what speaks me. One of the boys just brought it in from the back porch of the clubhouse. It was lying right onto the doormat.
Couldn't have been there long. The wind would have blown it away.
Huh? Well, there was a good reason why it couldn't blow away. These bullets was used to weigh down the envelope. Look, bullets.
An all-caliber 32. Well,
You read it, Sheriff?
Well, I figured it was important enough, and I was right. But you better read it yourself. It's in a woman's handwriting.
Yes, from Harriet. Mr. Dean, I can't stand it any longer. This is the only way out. Don't look for the murderer anymore. I did it. I shot him with Jean's automatic. I guess the rush of wind on the bobsled smothered the sound. You see, Bruce and Jean quarreled, and Bruce meant to get even. I couldn't let him do that. I care too much for Jean. Besides, Bruce only wanted to marry Eunice for her money anyway. So don't search anymore, and don't look for me. I'm going away. Nobody will see me for a long time. At least until spring. And please tell Jean I'm not afraid. Honestly, I'm not. Tell him, too, that I loved him more than anything in this world. Signed, Harriet Renfield.
So it was Harriet. I told you, Spence.
Wait. Shut up. When did you find this?
Only 2-3 minutes ago.
It may have been there Lord knows how long before you found it.
And what of it? She's confessed. That ends the case, don't it? All we got to do is to catch her.
The case hasn't ended. It's just beginning.
Well, what the...
No time for explanations. Now, listen. The lake's pretty free from snow now, isn't it?
Hardly any snow on it at all.
Yes, and get your men down there fast.
Well, what in thunder are you driving at?
I get it, Spence. That business about not seeing her until spring.
Right, Danny. She meant until the ice on the lake melted.
You mean she's going
Exactly. Drowned herself.
Good Lord. Hey, boys.
Search every foot of that lake and work fast.
If she's on the lake, we'll get her.
Get her alive, Sheriff, not dead. Come on, Danny. Let's get back to the clubhouse.
Hey, Spence, what did you mean about the case not being ended?
Shove your brains around a bit, Danny, will you? How about this letter?
Well, how about it?
Well, doesn't it strike you as rather peculiar that while she confessed to killing Cartwright, she didn't say anything about having shot Eunice?
Holy mother.
And that she doesn't want us to search anymore? Don't look for the murderer anymore. Don't search anymore.
Oh, trying to take the blame on herself, you think, huh?
Trying to, why, Danny, the whole thing cries out fake. Don't you notice anything else about it?
Oh, about Jean. She felt all broken up when she wrote that, I guess, huh?
Yes, broken up, but not broken down. She kept her nerve. Danny, it takes nerve to kill yourself in order to conceal...
Well, maybe she suspects who did kill Cartwright. Well, what makes you think...
Common sense, Danny. His confession is false, but if she didn't shoot Bruce, why does she want to kill herself?
I see it. To cover the real killer.
Exactly. Harriet Renfield knows who killed Cartwright.
And would rather kick in herself than let anybody know.
Right. Where's Morris now?
He's upstairs in his room. He's got one of the deputies with him.
All right. Now, Danny, we've got to work fast. Come on. Upstairs, Danny.
Right.
Hey, wait a second.
That isn't Moise's room.
Shut up.
But this belongs to one of the girls.
I know this is Harriet's room. Come on. Now, let's have a look around.
What in the world do you expect to find in her room?
A muff, possibly.
A muff? Well, I don't see...
I know you don't. You will, though. Look through that wastebasket, Danny.
All right.
Nothing in here. Nothing in the closet either, Dan.
Say, here's some pieces of cloth.
That's them. Gray satin. Now, I wonder...
They're all torn up. That's funny. There are no gray dresses here.
No, I don't think these bits of satin came from a dress.
Well, anyway, these scraps of silk can't give us a lead to the murderer. That's a cinch.
Can't they? I should say they can. In fact, they've done just that.
For Pete's sake, Spence, Cartwright wasn't strangled to death with a piece of silk cloth, and Eunice wasn't shot in the shoulder by a bolt of silk. How do you figure these bits of satin have anything to do with it?
Let's show them to Moise. See if he can make anything out of them. Come on.
Who is it?
We'd like to see Moise a minute.
Oh, come on in, Mr. Dean. Hello, Mr. Cassidy.
I wonder if we could talk to Moise a moment, Deputy.
Sure, go right ahead.
I wonder if you'd wait outside.
Why, sure. Well, I told you, gentlemen, I wouldn't talk anymore, and I won't either.
We know that. We thought you might like to see this.
Piece of gray satin? Well, what about it?
Ever seen it before?
Never. What's the idea? I suppose to have seen it?
Not at all. We merely wondered whether you knew anything about it.
Where'd you get it?
In Harriet's room.
Harriet's room? Well, why don't you ask her about it?
I haven't found her yet.
I suppose just because she didn't turn up when you wanted to ask her some more of your silly questions, that you think she killed Cartwright.
That's not the only reason.
No? What do you mean? You found something?
Yes,
What is it?
a letter.
Letter? What are you driving at anyway?
Yeah. Read it yourself.
From Harriet. All right. The only way out. I did it. Don't let him marry you. Don't search. Bring away into school. Anything in this world. Good Lord.
Well, what about it?
It's incredible. You don't think we faked the letter, do you? No, it's Harriet's handwriting, all right.
Well, I guess this makes further questioning of you unnecessary, Moist.
On the lake. We say that means...
Yes, I think it does.
You can't stand there and tell me that Harriet's going to commit
We're
suicide.
doing everything we can to prevent it.
She's going to drown herself.
I think she'll try.
Well, the sheriff has his men down in the lake now. They'll stop.
Let me go. Let me look for her.
Hold on a minute. You can't do anything they're not doing.
It's impossible. She couldn't have killed him. I know her too well.
Well, but you see for yourself.
That letter's a confession, all right.
Suicide would be a confession, wouldn't it? You'll admit that?
That's your fault.
Mine.
Yes, yours. They call you the manhunter. Well, you're not.
No?
No, you're not the manhunter. You're a woman hunter. Hounded her to her death.
No, you see, I didn't kill Bruce Cartwright. Whoever did that is responsible.
All right. Then I'll take the responsibility.
You killed Cartwright?
Yes, I did. Now, find Harriet before it's too late. Find her, I tell you. I don't care what happens to me.
No, I can understand that you feel just as she did.
For heaven's sake, stop talking and do something. She'll have killed herself by the time you get...
The sheriff's men are doing everything that can be done. If Harriet can be found, they'll find her. As for yourself...
Oh, I don't care about myself. Send her to the chair if you want to. Only save her.
Yes, that's just the trouble.
Trouble. Say, doesn't this confession clear up everything?
No, I wouldn't say that. There's too many people anxious to take the blame. First Harriet, and now you, Moist.
I tell you, I did it. I killed him, not Harriet.
How did you do it?
I shot him with my gun.
Yes, go on.
Well, that's all there is to it. I was coming down the run, gaining speed. I reached around the girls and shot him in the back. That's all.
Yes, that leaves several loopholes.
Well, that's all I've got to say.
Where's the gun now?
Oh, I threw it away.
Where?
Oh, I threw it in the lake.
Cut a hole in the ice in order to hide it?
Oh, there's a place where the ice is thin. I broke it and threw the gun in.
Well, what about Eunice? Did you shoot her, too?
Well,
Did you use a silencer on your automatic, Moist?
silencer. Oh, yes.
Where'd you get it?
Oh, I've had it for some time. Friend gave it to me.
These convenient friends. Well, would you mind taking us to the place on the lake where you threw away the gun?
Well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure I can find it. Oh, well, all right.
Go downstairs and get our coat. You ready, Denny?
Yeah, sure.
Meet you downstairs, Moist.
All right. I'll be ready.
Say, that's a cockeyed story.
Yes, I think so.
He couldn't have shot Eunice.
Obviously not. And I don't think he shot Cartwright.
Just trying to take the blame to save the girl, huh?
Yes, don't forget the bits of Staten.
Say, I can't understand you at all, Spence. Here you've got two people willing to confess to this crime, and you go nuts over a piece of torn cloth.
Down there. The little clump of spruce.
When did you drop the gun in the lake?
Why, late last night.
You come down here by yourself?
Yes. No one saw me.
Very good reason why, Moist. You weren't out of sight of a deputy for 5 minutes. Don't you think you've carried this thing far enough?
What?
All this attempt to shoulder the blame for Cartwright's killing.
I tell you I did it. Harriet was lying. She simply wanted to clear me.
Yes, and you wanted to clear her. You didn't kill Cartwright, I'm sure of it. But you think Harriet did.
No, I tell you, no. She couldn't.
Well, it may ease your mind to learn that...
Say, look there in the cold. That's the sheriff.
Come on. They found her.
Look, it's Harriet. She's running. They're chasing her.
She's on thin ice there.
Harriet! Harriet! Stop! Stop! The ice will break!
Hey, stop that. Be careful.
What's that ice? It's dangerous.
Go for that thin spot.
It's cracking. It's cracking. Stop! Stop! It's upside there, Liz.
Now get her,
her, man. Get her. Quick, before she goes through. Oh, don't go too close. She's through. Look, Danny. Those skis. Over here in the snow? Taking them here. Boy, don't go near that thin ice. We'll get her. Hang on to the ice, Harry. I'll get you. Oh.
Don't let it save me. Go back. Go back.
I'll get you, Harry.
You can't make it.
Hang on. Hang on. Promise us. Come.
I can't hold out any longer.
Oh, she's under the ice. Favor somebody. Favor. Here's the skis.
Give them to me. Hey, are you going to crawl over that rotten ice with just those skis?
I'm
going to save that girl.
Oh, stay with you fool. She's gone under the ice. Look out, Spence. Look out, that ice is going. Hey, boy, grab that line. Go bottom with me. Save her.
The carrying her in shore. Get her next. We'll have to top the ice. Eunice, I thought you were in bed.
All right, now, boys, hang on. We got you. Hurry.
Where is he?
Right in front. Eunice, get out here.
She must have got away from us. Got away on some errand.
Say, she's gone in the water.
Eunice, can you reach her?
Can you make it, Eunice?
I'll make it. I can see her now. Oh, Elliot, I've got her.
Here, grab this speed.
Oh, here. Here, take her.
Here you are. Drag them back slowly, men. That ice is still dangerous for Brentford. How did you come
Oh,
out
don't
here?
bother with me. Harriet's unconscious. Can you bring her back to life?
Well, we'll try first aid. Work her arms, Danny. Right.
She's dead, I tell you. She's dead.
Yes. Does she mean so much to you?
She means so much to me. That if she's gone, I'll kill myself.
Heads up, boy. There's been enough killing. There'll be no more. Just ran through. How did you get down here?
I heard the shouting. Sent the nurse out of the room.
Your wounds are bleeding badly.
Is she alive?
Oh, don't bother me. She'll be all right. In a minute.
We'd better get you back to the house, Eunice.
Doesn't make much difference about me.
She's coming to.
Harriet. Oh, thank God.
Oh, go ahead. Torture me. I don't care.
We're not trying to torture you. I think you've done that to yourself, Eunice.
Why do you ask me these questions, then? What do you want to know?
Why did you shoot your fiancé?
I hated him. I always hated Bruce. I only accepted him out of spite after I lost you.
You tried hard to hold him.
So hard. So very hard. Only yesterday, at the ski jump, I told him again I'd never love anybody else.
Eunice, for God's sake, don't.
Oh, it's all right. You must help back. Awfully dry. Hand me that glass of water, will you, dear?
Here.
Drinking to you, dear. It's the last thing I ever asked you to do for me.
Danny, there's poison in that glass.
Yes, there is.
Get a doctor, Danny.
You're a little late, Manhunter. The doctor won't help. You can't save me now. The poison in that glass works in a few minutes. You'd better let me go on.
Well, perhaps it's better this way, after all.
It is. How did you know? I did it.
First, the mop. You see, your sister didn't have one. You did. Made a perfect hiding place for the gun.
Where did you find it?
I never did find it, but Harriet did. She suspected what she'd find, too.
What was that?
The lining was burnt from the shots you fired, so Harriet tore up the lining, destroyed the burnt part, stripped the rest to pieces.
To save me?
Yes, I think so.
But I thought if I shot myself, it would throw you off the track.
It might have, but you overplayed your hand. You told us you saw the gun. That was an automatic with a silencer on it.
Sounded all right to me.
Of course, there must have been a silencer because we didn't hear any shots. But you were hit twice.
That was nerve, don't you think?
It was foolish. You see, Eunice, the silencer can't be used on an automatic for more than one shot.
So you knew I was lying.
Yes. I knew that you hadn't used Jean's gun. I suspect you planted that in Harriet's room and used another.
I did. She must have found it there.
Yes, knowing that you tried to put the blame on her, she was ready to kill herself to save you.
Oh, I'm glad she didn't succeed. So glad.
Your plan nearly worked. Harriet helped you by running away.
And by writing that confession.
I hadn't counted on that. But if it hadn't been for Jean...
Yes.
I couldn't see Jean taking the blame. Anything but that.
Eunice, please.
I'm sorry. I'm more sorry than you'll ever know about all of it, Jean.
I believe you.
Tell her, won't you?
Yes.
And say goodbye to her. For me.
I will, Eunice.
I'm going now. Jean.
Yes?
Jean.
You can't die like this.
Jean. Kiss me.
All over, Morris.
She's dead?
Yes. I think you'd better go to her, sister.
Yes. You're right.
Can you beat that? She wanted to kiss him goodbye.
He's a lucky man. It might have been a .32 caliber kiss instead, Danny.